Hey, you folks, as you're joining, we're just letting in the rabble here. And while we're doing that, we're just setting up to stream live on Facebook as well. So welcome along to Business Owners Smashing It Online for Tuesday, 9th of June. We're halfway through the year. Winter solstice is almost here. So who'd have thought we'd get to this halfway stage right in the middle of the year. All right. So just give us a couple of moments here while we get this broadcast happening on Facebook. And while we are, let's put you on gallery view. For those that don't know me, my name is Nick Cree. I run a business called Positive Business Online, which is a web development business, and also run the Business Owners Smashing It Online webinar, which is where we are tonight. So before our current time, where we've been told to stay at home, we used to do this event live at the local KTV Sports Centre and up in Brisbane, but now it's online and it's every Tuesday as opposed to just once a month. So the purpose of it is that it's for people in business owners, to really introduce you to some online tools and applications and ideas to help grow your business and expand your business. Now, you may not necessarily be an online business, but you may be a business that you're looking to use some of the online technology and get online in some way, shape, or form. So if that's you, this is definitely for you. If you're a totally online business, this is also for you as well too. So the order of tonight, just to give you an idea as to how we run, is to kick off, we'll do some intros, just find out who's here tonight. And then I've got some online tools and tools and things, if that's a thing, that I use in business, and others are ones that I've come across over the past week that are quite helpful in our business journey. So we'll talk about those and how they work. If you like them, try them out. If you don't like them, just pass. And then later on tonight, once we've gone through that, we've got our main billing, which is talking about VAs and how to hire VAs effectively and how to really make it work for your business. So I've been hiring VAs for probably about 10 years now. So I can't say it's all been plain sailing, but we've got a fairly good process now that really works quite well. All right, so let's find out who's in the room today. So let's come and just unmute yourself. We'll do it on a first in, first served basis. Just unmute yourself, introduce yourself, say who you are, where you're from, and maybe what your business is. Who's going to be first?
Yeah, hi Nick. Adrian here from Classic Kit Homes, mate. How are you?
Oh, g'day Adrian. How you going, mate?
Good. Been busy, mate. So
that's a story.
Yeah, we're Australia's probably #1 designer of custom-made kit homes, and we deliver anywhere from all around Australia through the Pacific. First, we've gone to Central America, and right now probably our busiest year ever.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is great, eh?
And so you're sort of an online business too, aren't you? Online, offline?
Yes. Yeah, purely online. There's a lot of customers we've never met, only on Skype and Zoom and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's some people we've built, $500,000 homes for we've never even met.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, that's the sort of customers you want, isn't it?
Yeah, good ones.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. Oh, good to see you here, Adrian.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, who else have we got here tonight? I see some other faces around I recognise. So just unmute yourself and give us a wave. Say hello. Hey, Kim.
Yeah, hi. How are you? I'm just starting out, so completely raw, and definitely needing to delegate some work outwards because I'm about to launch yoga for menopause.
Awesome. Yep.
Woman over 40, and I bought a program from MenoFit, and I'm adding yoga, essential oils, and a bit of meditation and breathing to it. So a lot of the stuff that's required through ClickFunnels just does my head in. It's just, ugh, yeah. So yeah, kind of interested to see what you've got about the VAs. I had kind of spoken to someone in India, but I think you deal with the Philippines, so that's probably a closer time difference and things. So that might be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've worked in Philippines, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Ukraine, and Philippines. So yeah, so across a number of places, and they've all got their advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, Carmen will talk about some of that there when she's on. So welcome along. Glad you could make it.
Thanks.
All right, who else we got here? Just unmute. Introduce yourself.
It's just me, Martin. I'm here every week, and I design and make cycling wear, cycling clothing. So I'm a small business, completely online, and I operate from the Gold Coast.
Excellent. Thanks, Martin. Good to see you here again. I think you've been just about every time.
Yeah, well, you know, I like the sessions. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, who else we got here tonight?
I'm Satina Cooper. And
Hi, Satina.
Hi. I enjoyed last week. It was terrific. That was my first time. I've decided I'm going to start something new. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but it's very interesting finding all the pieces. And I'm like Kim, I'm aware that I need some help with some of the things I don't even want to do. So I need to, now that I know some of the pieces that I want to use, I need to find somebody else to do the bits that I don't particularly want to do, and some of them I'll learn as well. So thank you very much for running this. It's great.
Well, you're in the right place tonight then.
Very good.
All right. So, and I'm glad you came back as well too. All right. Who else have we got here tonight?
Hi, Nick. I'm Paul. I'm from Wellington, New Zealand, Kapiti, New Zealand.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, mate. How you going?
Good, good.
I've got a small foreign exchange education and fund in Singapore, which I run from New Zealand. So my business is run almost exclusively online. I used to travel to Singapore back, but not anymore. And I'm looking to get some virtual help with just some of the general day-to-day workload for the business.
Awesome. Well, in the right place again. Welcome along. And who else have we got here tonight? Some other faces, some familiar, some not so familiar. What do we got? Debbie there. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Lovely to be on again, and thank you for your great information that you put on. My name's Debbie Small, and I'm the founder of Empowerment Point, where we help businesses have strong foundations in their business. And we've just finished putting together a 12-month course for businesses to go through. Thank you. Where they can actually be, they can actually go through their business with an expert in every area of their businesses. So really excited to be doing that.
Fantastic. Sounds exciting. Excellent.
Yes,
well, welcome along.
Thank you.
All right. And lucky last, and then we'll get kicked off. I think that might be Sunil. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm Sunil, live in Gold Coast. My first event with you guys. Thanks for having me. And I work part-time in immigration as well as education sectors. I work as a registered migration agent. And good to know you all.
Excellent. Well, welcome along tonight. Glad you can make it.
Thanks.
All right. And welcome everyone else. We can't get everyone to introduce themselves tonight. So some of you I know are sort of hiding behind your camera because you've got your camera switched off, but that's okay. I can still see who your name is. All right, well, let's kick off with the some of the tools and apps for tonight. So let me just organize to share my screen. If we can get this organized properly. Okay. And if I'm not too tech challenged tonight, I'm sort of hoping you can see my screen, which says Business Owners Smashing Online. Just give us a thumbs up if you can see that. Fantastic. All right. Okay. So order of tonight is, first thing I'd love you to do actually is check into Facebook. So pick up your phone and go and navigate to Facebook and just check into the event. And there's a couple of reasons why we do this. The first reason is that sometimes people get busy and they forget or they can't show up tonight. So it sort of reminds them that it's on if they see it pop up in their Facebook feed. And for some of them, it reminds them they missed out on having a really good time here tonight. But more importantly, it's about building your own digital profile. So those that have been here before know that I'm big on building your own social profile. And part of that social profile is to build I suppose a map of where you hang out, where you've been. Because what happens is when people have a look and hover over your icon in Facebook and in LinkedIn as well too, then they'll hover over it, click on it, have a look and see who you are, look at your about information, where you're from, what you do, that sort of thing, and often sort of scroll down, see what sort of books you read and movies you look at, and events that you attend as well too. So when you check in here, this lists itself at the bottom of the page and gives people an idea of the sort of professional development that you're involved in. So, and look, it's one of those small things that mightn't mean a lot, but sometimes it's the difference between someone choosing you to do business with over someone else to do business with. And it might be just as little as sort of seeing that, you know, you're investing in your own business education and your own, you know, ongoing resources. So Facebook's just changed how they do it, a few weeks back now, but you just tap on, you know, we normally put a post, the screen pops up from the bottom and says check in. So just find the check in, click that there, and it'll bring up a screen there with a whole lot of listings of probably places you've been or nearby. You should find business owners smashing it online. If you don't see it, just type it into search and it'll come up. Probably tells you that we're at the KDV Sports Centre, but that is clearly not the case. We're here at home. So that's where we used to hang out. So go and check in and share the love there on Facebook. All right, so as I said, agenda for tonight is I've got some cool online tools. We've got Carmen Williams, who we'll introduce shortly. She's our guest speaker tonight from Global Teams. We've even got some time for questions and answers. So those questions that you've got burning in your back of the mind as to whether you should have a VA, whether now's the right time, how to go and find it, any questions that are answered there, then we'll have plenty of time for that there. We've got a prize draw at the end, and as ever, the way the prize draw works is you have to be present in order to win it. So if you duck out early, you're not in the draw. If we draw your name out and you're not there, then we just redraw it again. And we've got a pretty cool way of running the draw as well. Then we'll talk about the next event, and then we finish up. So that all sound good? Give us a thumbs up if you're happy with that. Cool. All right. Okay, well, let's have a look at our online tools. Probably the best way for me to go about this here is to, let's just share another screen, and I'll just take you straight through to the tools and apps that we've got. Okay, and I'm going to, well, hopefully you can see my browser screen. Can you see my browser? Great, I often get that wrong. And this is one of my favorite little apps here. This one is called Toby. So Toby is a little app. You've probably seen it before if you've been here before. But it's a Chrome extension that allows me to save tabs that I want to have open. So now I've just opened up all the tabs of all the tools that I'm going to show you tonight. So so Toby is one of those extensions where, you know, if you've got a whole lot of tabs open, you can click save all the tabs. It'll close all the tabs, put it into a bookmark like this, and when you want to come back to them, you just reopen it, and it opens them back where you left off. So in this case here, I use it for all of my apps that I'm going to show you. All right, so probably one of the disadvantages is that because we're on NBN here, it's not as fast as it really could be. It's taken ages to load. So while it does that, I'm going to see which one actually loads up first and talk to you about icons. So one of the first tools I am hoping to show you when it loads up is one called, actually this one here, the Noun Project. So what we'll do with the apps that we share is JM or Lorena will copy and paste those into the chat. So if you have a look down below on your Zoom there, there's a little chat icon. Just click on that, and they'll copy the links in there so that you don't have to write them down. You can save it for later. At the bottom of chat on the bottom right are three little dots. If you click those three little dots, then you can actually save the chat. So that way you can save all the links at the end of it. So don't do it now. Do it once we've got all the links in there. All right, so some of them are still loading up. which one isn't? Here we go. I'll go to the one first that is not loading. So this is one that someone sent in to me from last time. I just asked, you know, for any requests for apps, and this is one that someone sent in to me earlier on this week there, and it's called Grammarly. And in fact, this is one that I use as well too. So Grammarly is a Chrome extension, but you can also install it on your computer. And what it does is that as you're writing your documents, so whether it be Facebook posts or emails, or you're writing blog posts on your website, then Grammarly will offer you suggestions as it goes along. So if your grammar's out, it'll offer you suggestions to correct your grammar. So it'll underline it in red or green, and it'll give you some options there or suggestions to actually change it. So it does things like often we write in a passive voice. So a passive voice is like writing in the third party. So whereas often it's better to write in an active voice. So it'll give us suggestions about how to turn something from passive into active. If you've misspelt words, it'll do the spell check for you, and it does it all on the fly. So Grammarly is Grammarly.com. It's well worth downloading and have a look. It's free. There is a paid version, but the free version has got plenty of features and bells and whistles. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Microsoft Word's got all that as well too. The problem with Microsoft Word is it really only works on Microsoft Word. So this here works across all of your social media, and you know, when you've got your browser in, it's anywhere you're typing, it's going to work there for you. And you can do things like save phrases and things in it as well too. All right, so that one there is called Grammarly, and that's Grammarly.com. All right, the next one I've got for you is called the Noun Project. Okay, and it's giving me a blank screen at the moment. Oh, that's right, I did that before. I'll come back to that one. Let's go to Drawkit. So Drawkit.io. This is a place where you can go and get hand-drawn illustrations. So if you're building a website or building out a web page or a landing page, or you've got a social media campaign happening and you want some illustrations for it, you could go to stock images and see what you could download from some stock image places. The only problem with getting those stock images is they all look like stock images, and sometimes the popular ones you see around the web all the time, and there's nothing unique about it. So, so this Drawkit.io allows you to go in and get a range of illustrations there. So you see they've got them in categories. So here's a working from home category. You can download that, click on it and download the pack, and you've got some drawings that you can use. And they come in a range of different formats and sizes, and you know, which are suitable for print or for web or for email, whatever. So so there you go. They've given you some suggestions into how to use it as well. So there's a heap of them there. There's my favorite. It's got Netflix. That's what I'm probably going to do after this here, just to sit down and relax at the end of the evening. So so go and check it out. There are literally thousands of sort of hand drawn. Is it hand? Yeah, well, I suppose it is hand drawn, but it's on the internet. But hand drawn icons, or not icons, but illustrations that you can use. So and pretty much for any project that you want, you've got it there. They've also got icons as well. So if you're looking for some icons that are a little different to some of the normal ones that you see around the shop, then there's also a whole sort of heap of icons that you can choose from as well. And a lot of these are free. So they've got the paid versions, but a lot of these you can get for free. So which is great. And if you've got a specific project that you're looking for, then you can make a request in here, and you can get an illustrator to create some hand-drawn visuals for you, and the cost is pretty good as well too. So you're not talking about expensive. This is sort of cost effective for sort of campaigns. So you can afford to use them for say social media and for once-off use or just short-term use. So yeah, so go and explore that. As I say, it's free, and there's and then you can upgrade to paid if you need more than that there. But there are thousands and thousands that are there for free. So that one is called Drawkit.io. This free icons, I might let me just see if I can grab that one for you now. Okay. What I'm going to do with that is, I know the front page is a bit funny sometimes. Okay. So this one's called the Noun Project, and or nounproject.com, and what it is a whole collection of icons. So this isn't hand drawings. These are just icons. So there are repositories out there that you can get icons from, like Font Awesome is a popular one used by websites, web developers, page builders, that sort of thing. But if you want something that's a little different or a bit more than what's offered in terms of some of the standard ones, the Noun Project has got a whole range of icons. Now, I'm going to have to ask you to trust me on this because it's not actually loading. So I suggest you go to the site and have a look at it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So if we scroll down, geez, the internet is slow today. Okay. Oh, I can't, for some reason, I can't get to the icons itself. But if you go on there, you'll be able to search for icons. And again, there are thousands and thousands of icons that are there, and you can search through them. Now, this one here is is free. So there's about 100 icons that you can get for free, but the paid version you can get a whole heap more. So even if you pay for a month, download what you need for the month, and unsubscribe again. And when you come back and have got another project, then you can come back and resubscribe again for another month. So again, this is a web developer's favorite tool. It's also, I know some designers and marketers that use it as well. But for some of the free stuff, well, it's worth going to get it. Actually, I think some of the icons there, you can use them for free as long as you've got an attribution back to the site and the author. If you pay for the icons, then you don't need the attribution. But the icons are fairly inexpensive anyway. You can get sort of downloads there fairly inexpensively. All right, so that one's called the nounproject.com. All right. Okay, let's see what else is loading here. Okay, this next one is just in the time where we've got a lot of people working from home and businesses not out connecting with each other, sending out things like contracts or non-disclosure agreements or documents. The typical way to do it is to send it out by, say, PDF, and someone either prints it out, signs it, scans it, sends it back to you, or sort of signs it on screen and sends it back to you. And so you've got sort of version control issues there. One person's got one version which has got one lot of signatures on. Another person's got another version which has got one signature on, and somewhere floating around is a version with two signatures on. HelloSign is a website there where you can upload your documents, and then you can have them signed digitally, and it is legally binding as if you've signed a document physically. And so if you've got a HelloSign, you can have a free account as someone signing documents. There's a limited free account for people that are sending documents to sign. Otherwise, you subscribe to it. Again, it's not hugely expensive either. But you can send it off to someone, and they just click the link in their email, which takes them straight through to HelloSign, the signing page. They can read through the document, which you might have uploaded as a PDF anyway. They can date it. So you can see on the little GIF image on the right-hand side that you can drag your initials to the bottom if initials need to be added to the bottom of each page. You can grab your signature, just drag it across the signature space, and you can grab a date as well too. So pretty much anything you can do with a normal document, you can do with hello sign. So the other good thing about it too is that it's a central repository for all of your signed documents. So if you ever need to go back, these are all stored in your folder in HelloSign or your account in HelloSign. So you've always got a reference point back to them, and you can also download them to your computer or to your storage repository like Google Drive or Dropbox, and store them there as PDFs as well too. So yeah, so HelloSign, good for contracts, agreements, that sort of thing there. All right, and the next one I have coming up. Who here has got a WordPress website? Put your hand up who've got WordPress. Excellent. If you haven't got WordPress, one of the great things about WordPress is that that are not available on a lot of other platforms. They've got thousands and thousands of plugins or small applications which you can upload and install into your WordPress site. And it allows you to extend the functionality of it quite cheaply without having to necessarily pay a coder or a developer to develop something for you. So one of my favorites is one called Gravity Forms. So you know how you've got contact forms on your website where someone fills in their name, email, puts a message, sends it through to you. That's a basic contact form. And that'd be something like Contact Form 7 if you've got you know, using WordPress. But Gravity Forms takes it to a whole new level again, and that yes, you can have those forms, but you can do things like have conditional forms, which means that you can have a box there that you want someone to fill out, or let's say it's a drop down. So you might have 5 items in a drop down, and then depending on what they select in that drop down, that dictates what the next question is on your form. So so you can have quite sort of dynamic forms that ask questions only based on you know, what the selection was in the previous answer. So that's good for things like surveys, good for things like anyone that has read The Ask Method by Ryan Levesque, really good book. If you haven't read it, worth reading. Then you can build the sort of forms that Ryan talks about in his book there. You can create your own polls and surveys with Gravity Forms. And one of the latest projects that we built is in fact, a membership site just with a form builder with a payment gateway. So you can use this to take payments. So we'll connect to things like Stripe and PayPal to create a simple shopping cart for you without needing a full-blown e-commerce solution. So, you know, great if you're just selling a book or, you know, 2 or 3 products, or you've got an event that you need to collect money for. Gravity Forms will do that for you. But the application we built recently was one for a yoga studio, and they were obviously having to run their classes online with the you know, current economic climate, and so I needed some way for people to pay and then to get the Zoom link after they paid. So we're able to put in a Gravity form, and so people fill in their details, select the class they want to attend, select the instructor they want to be with, pay for it, and they could either pay for a one-off or they could pay for a monthly subscription. And after they paid, then they got directed through to a page to go and choose their class. And as soon as they hit submit, then they're off to the Zoom link. They get the Zoom link. So there's some very, very clever things that you can do with Gravity Forms. And again, the good thing about it too is that as a developer, I love it because it just gives so much control to create all sorts of things with it. But as someone who's not a developer, it's a drag and drop interface. So you don't need to have a developer to run it. You can actually build some of these things yourself without having to touch a line of code at all, which is the whole purpose behind it all. So yeah, so again, that one's called gravityforms.com. Well worth exploring, well worth having a look at, particularly if you've got some more complex needs, you know, over and above just a simple contact form. All right, well, that is the apps and tools that I've got for you today. So hopefully there was something that was in there for you that was helpful. If there was something that you enjoyed, just drop it into chat there, let me know. If you've got a question or another sort of a scenario that you're looking for a tool for, again, throw that into chat as well, and that'll give us something to look for next week as well. So, and even during the week, if you are looking to do something and you want an app or a tool that is going to help you, go into the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. If you're not a member, go and join it. We'll accept you, and then just ask the question and post it there, and we'll sort of see what we can find for you there. All right. Well, that's that is our tools for this evening. So at this point here, this is our main billing for the night. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Carmen Williams. Carmen's sort of sitting here, and she's waiting to come on screen. Carmen is well, I met her sort of quite a while ago, but she doesn't remember this. In fact, there was a funny story about Carmen doesn't actually remember the boyfriend she's been out with on a date with as well too. So, but I met her ages and ages ago. She didn't remember. We reconnected again through another friend of mine, and I was had a chat with her on a podcast that she runs, and but I knew that Carmen also had a VA company called Global Teams, and she works with businesses and people throughout Australia, probably wider than Australia, I'm guessing, but she'll tell you that in sourcing and helping to manage VAs for businesses. So she's been in the business for a while. There are a whole lot of tips and tricks and things that she's seen, and sort of horror stories and all that sort of thing there. But also some things that really make it work well. So it's a successful experience for you to get into it. I've been working with VAs for about 10 plus years now. And in fact, if you have a look at your screen, you will see someone's name there by the name of JM Dorado. So give a shout out to JM. He's one of my VAs. He's on my team, and he's here every week with Lorena. I don't think Lorena's here today because she's got internet troubles in the Philippines. That's one of the joys that you have with working with VAs, is sometimes the internet goes down as well too. That doesn't happen in Australia, does it? Not. But James, sort of one of my right-hand people, and a lot of the stuff that you see from me on the web, JM and Lorena are responsible for a lot of that. And JM is our master of graphics. So he does a lot of our graphical stuff. So without him, I'd be lost.